Science, technology, and magic coincide in the world of Atlantis. For many years, countries have been at war with each other over world domination. The most powerful weapon from the arsenals of the various forces in this desperate war was the weapon monsters, biomechanical organisms that had been transformed into killing machines. After a series of setbacks, the leaders of the outnumbered forces of Gyamel have been secretly planning the production of weapon monsters. The scientists finally succeed in capturing the Gods of Magic, a group of sorcerers whose powers are essential to the production of weapon monsters. The production of the monsters begins. Soon, the scientists realize that they are unable to fully control the powers of the Gods of Magic. Halfway through the production process, the sorcerers begin to partially awaken from their trances and, with powerful spells, take over the main computer which controls the complex. Before they can react, the rampaging weapon monsters, controlled by the Gods of Magic, wipe out the entire group of scientists and guards. It's only a matter of time before the sorcerers completely awaken. If these uncontrollable magical fiends should completely free themselves from their trances, they might destroy the entire Earth. The leaders cannot recall the regular army from the battlefield. Instead, they dispatch an urgent communique to the special elite forces scattered throughout the world. Eliminate the Gods of Magic and recapture the research facility as soon as possible. Area 1. I don't know who's listening to this recording, but welcome to the Metal Dungeon. I'm really glad to have daredevils like you in this filthy den of weapon monsters. First of all, let's go through the very basics of what the Metal Dungeon is. Originally, this dungeon was constructed as an advanced weapon development facility. I said it was because it is now overrun with monsters which have been created in here. Okay, I know you're eager to hear a little more useful information about the dungeon, correct? Since this is a recording for you newcomers, you need to know that it is a rule by the Gyamel government that the first person through an area of the dungeon must record a log of events. This priceless information could save your life, so listen carefully, kid. This dungeon changes its shape every time you re-enter. It's supposed to be a facility defense mechanism, but this feature will be a real hassle. Don't be fooled by this function. You also will see a bunch of guard machines. They're really annoying, so watch out for them. In order to go through Area 1, you need to activate a control room door. There should be 2 terminal rooms somewhere on each floor, and you can open the control room door via interfaces. Finding one of these is your first priority in this area. You'll encounter a very powerful monster inside the control room. Don't get too relaxed yet. Well, that's about it. Lastly, I'll give you some advice. Don't die in here. It's not a shame to run away. It'll add to your experience. I hope we'll meet in person someday. Alive. That's it. Area 2. Area 2 recording. We conquered Area 2 today. I want to remark that the honor must be given to our 3 dead comrades. This area is a lot different than the last area. First of all, the shape of the maze remains the same. However, the area consists of warp rooms. They are traps which randomly take you to deeper blocks within the area. You must go through to reach terminal and control rooms. As previously mentioned, the routes will randomly change. In most cases, the warp room simply takes you to the next block. But sometimes, if you're really unlucky, you'll find yourself standing back where you started. In a sense, this area is a test of your luck. Fortunately, there's only 1 terminal room to look for on this floor. Be thankful for this. It gets harder. But be careful of the guard machines, though. Last of all, I'm informing you that I'm leaving this dungeon. It's unbearable to stay in this cursed place where my colleagues fought and died. If you happen to see my dead teammates, please give them my best regards.
Area 3. Welcome to Area 3. This area will be your worst nightmare. I still feel sick. We barely escaped this area, and it was pure luck. Are you observing it, where you're standing right now? The green fog. Area 3 is filled with highly toxic poisonous gas. It's a major hassle, and as long as you stay in this area, your strength is sapped little by little. You could wear a gas mask, but it partially hinders your sight, and you wouldn't like it, especially when you're surrounded by tons of freaking monsters. The best way, of course, is to find a control room before the gas gets you. I even heard a rumor that there's a way to stop the gas from leaking, but we couldn't find it. You need to find it if you want to stay alive. The control room is open to begin with. You find it, and you can enter it. However, it's not as easy as my explanation for sure. The dungeon defense mechanism is working in this area, so watch out for the reshaping of the surroundings. Anyway, I wish you desperados the best of luck. We'll get out of here and take a nice hot shower. I hope you guys will be able to do the same. Again, good luck. Over and out.
Area 4. First of all, we must warn you. You should turn around and go back to the surface immediately. This area is completely different from the other 3 areas you've come through. Try avoiding this area at any cost if you want to spend the rest of your life in comfort. We leave this record for those who are persistent and insisting morons. Area 4 is huge, at least a couple of times bigger than the last 3 areas put together. This means you have significantly less chance of survival. Adding to the odds are the impossible requirements for the control room door release. You have to find not 2, but 3 terminal rooms in order to open it. And of course, the dungeon shape constantly changes, and therefore, it's easy to get lost. Well, by now, you must feel like wanting to take our advice seriously. Let us continue. Area 4 has a floor where amphibious weapon monsters were developed. We reinforcers have no problem with underwater action. However, we encountered a real terror in the underwater area. We couldn't use any spells or firearms in there. We're lucky merely being back here in one piece. If we ever have to go back there, I wouldn't bet on our chances of survival. Now, once again, turn around and go back. You have been warned, but if you still want to come in, we only have one thing to tell you. May the grace of God be with you. Area 5. Area 5 recording. The monsters appear to get stronger from this area. We saw a lot of corpses as soon as we stepped in. You have to be well prepared in terms of recovery items. The dungeon shape is fixed, but we had to search for a cargo lift. In search of it, we went back and forth many times, talking about the weird features in this area. The designer of this dungeon must be a real lunatic. Well, we might say he's still better than those executives who developed the weapon monsters in this place. Uh-oh, the recording officer is glaring at us. I'd better stop nagging now, otherwise they might cut our bonuses later on. Oh, there's one more thing. We saw a bunch of containers in here. It might be a great opportunity for those who want to upgrade their weapon systems. Carry on, as long as you're not dead.
Area 6. According to the floor plan, we've already gone through more than half of the dungeon. It looks like we're the first party here. We have no idea how many monsters we've defeated and how many corpses we've stepped over. Our mission is to find the gods of magic deep in this dungeon and stop them from waking up. Occasionally we can't help thinking that we might be more dangerous than all the monsters. The dangerous existence that nests in the darkness of this metal dungeon. We better stop thinking so much. I wonder how powerful the gods of magic must be to manipulate all these monsters. We can't deny the possibility that our doubts, together with our lives, might be blown away when we finally stand before them. Let's not think about it right now. We all have to survive. Here's the information about Area 6. This area doesn't have a terminal room. Furthermore, the control room is locked. After trying so many different things, we finally found out that we need Imp Stone to leave this area. Imp Stone is the core part of the Imp weapon monsters. We need 3 of them to unlock the control room. As long as we know this, beating Imps is the only way to get those stones. We're sorry if it sounds like you have to depend so much on your luck. We hope we all survive. This is all for now.
Area 7. Area 7 recording. We weren't that optimistic about getting lucky, but this was not a fun area. That is about all we can report for now. We're just kidding. Well, here's some stuff we've learned about Area 7. This area is a very complicated structure. The geographics are always changing, and we need to use warp to move to another floor. There's a lot of luck in using the right warp to transfer to the right floor. We've tried numerous times since entering the dungeon. We found out that on some floors in this area, flying monsters are being created. On those floors, space is warped and we can't even figure out where we are. To make matters worse, you're going to run into tons of guard machines. They must be crazy to create flying monsters in this deep underground. We sure wish we could meet whoever created this dungeon. We'd really love to smash his face in. I think this is about all we know about Area 7. Good luck. Area 8. Area 8 recording. Number of floors, 3. No geographical changes. The control room isn't locked. Guard machines, get ready. You'll run into a lot of them. Sounds like an easy area, huh? Well, life is never that easy. Since we're getting closer to the gods of magic, their tricks are becoming even shrewder. Spells don't work in this area. Why? Because this area is set up under a powerful force field. Losing the power to cast spells in this dungeon is like losing your light in total darkness. By starting terminals on each floor, we're able to cancel this force field. It took time, but we finally did it. It's up to you guys to decide what you will do. However, there's one thing you need to know. Being brave and having reckless valor are 2 different things. We got this far only because we knew this fact. Good luck. This is all for now.
Area 9. Area 9 recording. I'm in charge of the 4th Valley in the Guillamel Kingdom. I'm sorry to tell you, but no one has successfully gotten out of here. Please record the information if you successfully advance into the next area. The following is based on stories we've heard from the few survivors who have turned back. It seems Area 9 keeps changing its geographical structure. This is consistent with the testimony of the person who built this facility. There are 2 terminal rooms that can unlock the control room. This also is consistent with the record, but we're not positive about this information. There is one report stating the terminal rooms were activated, but the control rooms stayed locked. Researchers analyzing this report feel we might need magic orbs to unlock it, but it hasn't been proven. We have learned that the major portion of guard machines have been sent to this area. This probably means you'll encounter severe battles. We place all our hope in your party. Good luck, all of you. Area 10. For all you heroes stepping out into Area 10, congratulations!
Well, I guess it might be a bit early to actually say this. However, let me speak on behalf of our kingdom. There's a good chance you'll become heroes. The fate of our people lies on your shoulders. To reward the efforts of the warriors who have lost their lives thus far, get in there and defeat these gods of magic and recapture this facility. At the completion of your work, you can have anything you want. We expect you to place greater value in your reputations than on your lives. We anxiously await a victorious outcome. Good luck.